Kolkata, becoming a British trading hub and capital. Battle of Plassey and change of power. Modern challenges in Kolkata and future possibilities. Kolkata's history from British period to modern India. On 19 February 1828, when Mirza Ghalib came to Kolkata, the city was nothing less than a wonder for him. In this city that was moving forward with history and the present together, Ghalib saw diversity and energy that he had never seen before. For Ghalib, the most special thing about Kolkata was its contradiction. He believed that this city lived 100 years ahead and 100 years behind at the same time. Extreme opinions have always been attracted to this city. In 1985, former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, while speaking in Parliament about Kolkata's urban decay, even called it a dying city. Whether it was a jewel of the British Empire, the heart of the Indian freedom movements, or the biggest stronghold of communism in India, and also its resting place. Kolkata is a unique puzzle in itself. In today's video, we'll talk about this very city and understand how this shining star of Asia turned into a backwater of the 21st century. Can this city, immersed in art, intellectual culture, romance, and nostalgia, stand up to the challenges of modernity? In the late 17th century, when Bengal was under Mughal rule, the East India Company sent its agent to set up a trading post in eastern India, in the region located along the Hooghly River. This agent, named Charnock, was going to become the biggest player in the formation of Kolkata. After many debates and negotiations with the Nawab of Bengal and local zamindars, Charnock received permission to establish a factory in a small village called Sultanati. A few years later, in 1690, he convinced the company to make it the headquarters in Bengal. By then, it had become a major trading outpost, popular among Armenians, Portuguese, Chinese, Jewish, and native traders. Along the banks of the Gangas were three villages: Sultanati, Govindapur, and Kalikata. The company leased all three from the local landowners and named it Kolkata. For information, in 2001, Calcutta was officially renamed Kolkata in return for an annual payment of 3,000 rupees. The East India Company was allowed to trade. In this way, Job Charnock became famous as the founder of Kolkata. However, on 16th May 2003, the Kolkata High Court ruled that neither Job Charnock was the founding father of the city, nor was there any foundation day. Through research, this judgment proved that the origins of Kolkata can be traced back to the Maurya and the Gupta periods. East India Company's dominance and city's growth. As the company's dominance increased, Kolkata's prestige also grew. The city eventually became a nerve center where India's first post office, first electrical light, and first high court were established. According to historian William Dalrymple, it was the Dubai of the 18th century, a tax-free haven where traders had the freedom to do business and Indian merchant class immersed, known as Seths, Shroffs, or Baniyas. They worked as interpreters, moneylenders, and bookkeepers. A symbiotic relationship developed between the merchant class and the British, which had a deep impact on politics. 1756, Siraj ud Daulah and the Battle of Plassey. In 1756, Siraj ud Daulah became the Nawab of Bengal. He objected to British fortifications at Fort William and wanted to end the company's control. In June 1756, the Nawab's 50,000 soldiers laid siege to Kolkata. After his victory, Siraj named Kolkata as Alinagar. However, the Nawab's power threatened Bengal's zamindars and merchants. Businessmen like Judith Seth began lobbying to maintain relations with the company. In 1757, British military commander Robert Clive defeated Sirrah's forces in the Battle of Plassey. Sirrah's most important military commander, Mir Zafar, betrayed him along with other rulers and businessmen. This battle changed the DNA of Bengal and the entire Indian subcontinent. Kolkata is British capital and the Bengal Renaissance. In 1772, Kolkata was declared the capital of British India, known as the Dwell of the East. The city transformed from a rural trading post into a magnificent metropolis filled with grand buildings and mansions under company rule. The presence of Anglo-Indians, Chinese, American traders, and Baghdadi merchants increased prosperity and diversity. The Bengal Presidency controlled present-day Bihar, Bangladesh, Odisha, and Assam. The Bengal Renaissance, a cultural, social, intellectual, and artistic movement, was born. It was led by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda, Rabindranath Tagore, Jagdish Chandra Bose, and Satyendranath Bose. Social reform movements like the abolition of sati and widow remarriage began. This turned Kolkata into a hotbed of the Indian freedom movement. Revolutionary activities after 1857. 100 years after the Battle of Plassey, Mangal Pandey led the revolt of 1857 at Barakpur. Organizations like Jogantar and Anushilan Samiti, which appeared to be a fitness club, were actually secret anti-British revolutionary groups. Kolkata played an important role in the Swadeshi movement. In 1867, the Hindu Village started as a political and cultural festival. People from Kolkata like Aurobindo, Indira Devi Chaudhurani, Bipin Chandra Pal, Subhash Chandra Bose, and Rabindranath Tagore became prominent faces of the Indian freedom movement. 20th century and partition. In 1905, Lord Curzon divided Bengal. It was reunited in 1911 and Delhi was made the new capital. Due to the Bengal famine of 1943 and the partition of 1947, 4 million Hindu refugees from East Bengal came to Kolkata. The jute industry was affected. 75% of jute growing areas went to East Pakistan. During the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971, refugees arrived again. This made Kolkata a communist stronghold. From 1950 to 1970, protests, sit-ins, and strikes were common. In 1967, the Naxalite movement made Kolkata its main center. Economic reforms after 1990. The left front government carried out agricultural, land, and industrial reforms. Due to economic liberalization in 1990, a new economic policy draft was introduced in 1994. Between 2001 and 2005, Bengal's IT sector grew by 70%. In 2011, Mamata Banerjee came to power, ending 34 years of communist rule. Modern perspective of Kolkata. As of February 2020, out of India's 240 operational CES, only 7 are in West Bengal. In terms of FDI, Kolkata lags behind Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. To make Kolkata an economic hub, improvements in physical infrastructure and human capital are necessary. Kolkata port can connect Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal under BIMSTEC and the Act East policy. So, this was the complete history of Kolkata and its modern perspective. Where many news channels are caught up in noise and agendas, Sutra Network stands firmly with facts and truth. We don't chase sensationalism, we show reality. If you believe in honest journalism, join us for truth, for change. And if you have a story that needs to reach the people, Click the link below and share it with us. For more information, read our article on this. Link is mentioned in the description.